Hey folks, before we get started on today's show, I just wanted to say a quick hello to the new subscribers of I Can Teach You How to Make That. I must say, the most rewarding part of making the show is you never know where you're going to find a new fan base. Since I've been doing these new segments, I've been receiving interesting fan mail from a very distinct new demographic. I'll read you one of their letters. This one reads, Dear David, the sample ladies and I here at Costco sure are big fans of I Can Teach You How to Make That, and especially your new segments, One Pan Meals.
Oh, you should have gone to the Costanzas for dinner. The paella was magnificent. Have you ever had really good paella?
Not really.
Oh, it's an orgiastic feast for the senses. It's a festival of sights, sounds, and colors, and...
Okay, here we go again. Before we get started, I just want to say that while we are making this dish in an electric frying pan, your optimal tool is an actual paella pan. Any large, flat surface cooking implement will work just fine though, but sticking with the theme of this segment, I'm using just a basic electric skillet from Walmart. Let's start by preparing all of our non-meat items, including our onions and our garlic. Go ahead and get started by peeling and dicing one yellow onion. While your hands are good and stinky, bust apart one bulb of garlic and steal its best 5 cloves. Let's crush and chop those 5 cloves of garlic and throw them with our diced onion. While we're in the vegetable chopping business, let's grab one ripe tomato and break it down to a medium dice. Next, I'm going to break down my meats for this classic Spanish stew. I've chosen to use chorizo sausage, chicken thigh, baby octopus, shrimp, and mussels. Break down 3 of the chorizo links into good-sized chunks. I got these ones from Costco. I've been buying my chorizo from them for a while. I'm kind of a fan. Let's prepare our baby octopus by removing the tentacles from the body as well as the head. Discard the middle section and keep the tentacles. Clean the head of the octopus by peeling it like a grape and then turning it inside out to remove any of the guts. Run it under the sink and give it a rinse under some cold water. While our hands are fishy, let's go ahead and peel about a dozen of our shrimp as well. This paella has a decent sized ingredient list, so I'll provide the additional items I'm using below. Here's a bit of a pro tip. Before we turn on our pan to start cooking, let's have all of our prepared ingredients in front of us. This is called mise en place. So much of cooking is about time management. If you reach for one of this dish's components and it's not there, it will affect your final product, I promise you. Alright, you can thank me later. Once our electric skillet is at its highest heat, add a few tablespoons of olive oil. Start by adding your chicken thigh and chorizo sausage. Let them brown a few minutes and occasionally give them a stir. Once you've got a nice browning of your first 2 proteins starting to happen, go ahead and add your onions and your garlic to this party. I'm going to sweat my onion and garlic down from the liquid released from the chorizo sausage and the fat melted off the chicken. This is a great time to stir in 1 tablespoon of paprika and our diced tomato. Once we've begun to develop the flavors from the initial components of this dish, it's time we introduce the real star of this movie, the saffron. This historic flavor component is the Mariah Carey of the spice world, expensive and impactful. Saffron is the most expensive spice on earth. This is because of the labor involved with growing and harvesting this spice. Saffron is the red-yellow stigma of the crocus flower and must be hand-picked during the short annual flowering seasons. Each flower produces only 3 stigmas, so it takes approximately 150 flowers to yield just 1 gram of dry saffron threads. Luckily for us, very little saffron is needed for cooking. In fact, too much can make our paella bitter. Now that all of our major flavors are activated, we're going to add 2 cups of arborio rice. Following the rice, let's add 4 cups or 1 liter of the organic chicken stock. It's at this time I'm going to add the rest of my ingredients except for my shrimp and my mussels. They have very short cooking time, so I'll add them last minute so they don't become leathery. Turn your pan down to medium and let the ingredients simmer. You want to be very mindful with temperature management here. Too low of a heat and the rice won't absorb the liquid or cook. Too high a heat and you'll burn your rice without it being fully cooked in the middle. Throw a tight-fitting lid on your pan and let it simmer for 20 to 30 minutes. This is a good time to adjust your salt and pepper levels as well. Take a small sample to taste and progressively add more salt and pepper in increments. My method is taste, season, taste, season, taste, season, taste. Good to go. Once the majority of the liquid has been absorbed by the rice and feels cooked but still firm on our teeth, we can add our shrimp and mussels. Stir in your shrimp and set your mussels on top of the paella. Close the lid and set your temperature to low. The steam from the paella will open the shellfish and be ready to go in just a few short minutes. It's also during this time a light crust should be forming on the rice in the low heat of the pan. This crust is called the sakura, and in paella making, it's one of the most important keys for fabulous flavor. Once your mussels have opened, let the dish sit covered quietly for 2 or 3 minutes to let it set. And there you have it, a simple paella done in an electric frying pan. Now if you have access to an electrical outlet and a basic grocery store, you can make this classic Spanish comfort food. If you have any questions or concerns, write them in the comment section below and I'll do my best to answer you there. If this video helped, pay us the highest compliment by sharing, liking, or even one better, giving I Can Teach You How to Make That a 5-star review. I'm David Husero, and thanks again for watching. Bye for now.